Hey, what's going on? How everybody doing? Y'all good? Let me know how y'all doing. This ain't normally how I do it. I normally have a lot of energy when I'm coming to the stage. I can actually hear it, I can feel it, I can see it, but this is online. So I need you all to let me know in the chat. Let me know how y'all doing. Let me know below up the chat where you got some emojis, whatever you want to do. I need that energy, the same energy that I normally have. I'm excited to be here today. Shout out to all the other speakers that have already graced the stage and will continue to do that. Shout out to my main man, Seneca, for putting this on, man. You are doing absolutely phenomenal, amazing things. Building better students, building better schools is an amazing, amazing venue, avenue for just individuals that actually want to actually go and be great. And you are the champion of that. And I'm excited that you've allowed me to be a part of what you have going on. And shout out to all the students. Just think about this. It's MLK Day. You can literally be anywhere doing anything that you want to do right now, but yet you're here, right? So I want you to give yourselves a round of applause because you are showing up. And this is actually just proof that like you want to be great. You want to do something with your life. You want to go to that next level. You know what I'm saying? And these things right here are investments, are deposits that you're making in that. All right. So what I'm going to talk to you today about is actually finding your leadership lane. Okay. Finding your leadership lane. So in order to do that, right, there's two steps that we're going to talk about when it comes to that. And the first step when it comes to that is this, give me 1 second, is you have to discover your gift. Okay. You have to discover your gift. And so everybody, I don't care who you are, I don't care where you're from, everybody that's here, everybody that's living and breathing, we all have a gift, right? We all have a gift. Now, somebody's gift may be different than yours, and some of us, we may have similar gifts. As you see, a lot of us in here today, we're speakers, so you can see that we have similar gifts, but some of us, we may have different gifts. And that really doesn't matter because whether you speak well or whether it's something else, it's a gift, right? Some people have the gift of singing, right? You hear them sing, they can blow, man. They just have this angelic voice, right? That's a gift, right? Now I wasn't blessed with that gift. If I was to start singing right now, everybody lead a chat, it'd be over with, right? Because that's just not my gift. And I know that. And so I'm able to stay in my lane, right? Some people may have the gift of dance, the gift of movement, right? And you'll recognize that that's a gift because you'll see people and they really ain't got rhythm when they try to dance. It's like all off beat or whatever the case may be. Listen, that just ain't your gift and it's okay, right? But movement, dance is a gift, right? All these things are gifts. Some people have the gift of artistry. They can paint or they can draw. It's a gift. Some people have the gift of compassion. Some people have the gift of empathy. All these different things are gifts. So whatever your gift is, the first thing I need you to do is this. I need you to recognize it for what it is. It's a gift, right? It's a gift. Recognize it, embrace it, cultivate it, right? Learn how to be the best at what you do, okay? Learn how to be the best at what you do. No looking to the left, no looking to the right, no coveting somebody else's gift. You're looking at somebody else and looking like, oh man, they can sing or they can dance. When the whole time you have a gift and it's so great, but you're looking at everybody else wanting to do what they do, right? We can't look to the left. We can't look to the right. We have to recognize that we have a gift and we have to cultivate that gift that we have to become the best that we can with the gift that we have. That's what Dr. King did. That's what Dr. King did. He recognized he had a gift, he embraced that gift, and he cultivated that gift. I want you to think about this. Dr. King is recognized as one of the most amazing speakers that has ever graced this earth. One of the best ever. Think about this. There's over 7 billion people that are living right now, over 7 billion. And there's way more than that have ever lived over the course of time. And out of all those billions of people, people recognize Dr. King all over the world as one of the best speakers to have ever lived. I want to think about that. Like when he started off speaking, he didn't start off speaking thinking that this was actually going to take place, right? When he started off his speaking career, as we'll call it right now, he started off as a pastor. So think about this. His father was a pastor, and I probably can imagine that he thought that he was going to go down the same lane as his pops did, right? And so he started off doing the same thing that his pops did, back then, you got to think about it, there weren't as many opportunities that you have nowadays as a speaker, right? There weren't as many opportunities, but nowadays you can actually go and there's thousands of things that you can do if you have the gift of being able to speak well, right? But back then that wasn't the case. And so when he would speak, just think about this, like people listen, like people would listen. Like when Dr. King spoke, people listened, people paid attention. Like when he spoke, it was just a little bit different when Dr. King said it than when anybody else would say it, right? He like Dr. King, he would have like, we talk about this in sports a lot, but Dr. King had something that we would call that it factor, right? He just had it. Like if Dr. King would have decided that only thing he wanted to do was like, yo, I'm just gonna be a pastor. That's all I want to do, right? I'm pretty sure he probably would have had a large congregation, probably would have had a big church, right? I'm pretty sure that his father would have been happy that, you know, his son followed in his footsteps and continued on the legacy. I'm pretty sure all these things would have been the case. I'm pretty sure his community would have loved him for pouring into them every single week and actually doing things for him. I'm pretty sure all these things would be true. But the reality is this: everybody doesn't have a gift for the same purpose. All right. Everybody doesn't have the same gift for the same purpose. Like Dr. King realized that his gift had a different purpose, right? There was a reason why he was given this gift, and he was actually going to find this out a little bit later on. So I'm going to go on. So step number 2 is this. We have step number 1, you have to discover your gift. All right. Step number 2 is you have to discover the reason why you were given the gift. All right, so I'm excited about this, right? So think about this. So when Dr. King started off, right, he started off as a pastor, right? And I'm pretty sure he thought that, man, that was the only thing that was going to happen, for him. But something changed not only his life, but it changed our lives. It changed the trajectory of everything that would take place from here on out. It happened that during this time in which Dr. King was living, African Americans, when it came to riding the bus, if a Caucasian actually came onto the bus, they would actually have to move to the back and actually give up their seat, right? That's the time in which they were living in, right? And so there was this one day, there was this lady, her name is Rosa Parks. So she stepped onto the scene. Now, Rosa Parks is a brave woman, right? I'm talking about she's bad, she's strong, she's courageous. She's just an amazing woman. And Rosa Parks made up her mind that one day she was like, listen, I'm not getting up out my seat. I don't care who come on this bus. I don't care what happened. This seat is my seat, right? This here is my seat. And I ain't moving for nobody. So boom, so situation happens. Rosa Parks is on the bus. A Caucasian actually comes onto the bus, ready to, and what she was supposed to do is supposed to get up and move. She said, nah, I'm not moving, right? Think about that. Like, this is not 2022. This is back in the 1950s, right? So think about this dynamic and what was going on. Her saying that she is not moving out of the seat. She's not going to the back. This seat belongs to me. That's what happened in that moment. And because of this action, because her deciding that she wasn't going to do that, right, it created this storm and it sparked this thing called the Civil Rights Movement. And Dr. King was one of the biggest voices when it came to the Civil Rights Movement. Okay, so you might be thinking like, okay, what in the world does this have to do with me? Great question. Dr. King discovered that his gift was needed for a much bigger purpose. Okay, Dr. King discovered that his gift was needed for a much bigger purpose. And I believe that everybody that's on this call, from the speakers to the students to whoever is on this call today, I believe that your gift is needed for a much bigger purpose than you can even imagine in this moment right now. Whatever you're thinking about, man, I want to go and do that right there, it's bigger. It's bigger. And I don't care how big or grandiose your dreams are, whatever you can think or imagine, it's bigger than that. Like, your gift is needed for something that's much bigger, that is far greater than anything that you can think or imagine. And in order for you to discover the purpose, you're going to have to discover the cause you are meant to champion. Yeah. You're going to have to discover the cause that you are meant to champion. Think about this. Dr. King's gift was speaking. That was his gift. His cause was civil rights. Okay. His gift was speaking. His cause was civil rights. So once you discover your gift, you will have to discover the reason you were given that gift when you actually identify the cause you were meant to champion. So once you discover your gift, you will discover the reason why you were given that gift when you identify your cause. Does that make sense? Is everybody with me? Okay. So what I want you to do is this, is I want to help you discover how can you identify the cause that you were meant to champion in 4 easy steps. The first one is that you're going to have to discover the problem that you want to do something about. Okay. Right. There are millions of problems that exist out there in the world. Right. And what I want you to do is I want you to actually write down like what problem exists in the world that like irks me. Like when I hear that this happens, like, or this is going on, like it just upsets me. I get mad. Like I feel like, well, why isn't somebody doing something about it? Right. And a lot of times you are actually the person that's supposed to be doing something about it. You're looking for somebody else to actually do something when you're supposed to be one that's actually leading and championing this cause. All right. So first step, I want you to actually write down all the problems that exist in the world that you want to do something about. That's step number 1. All right. Step number 2 is I want you to actually write down what experiences do you have with this particular cause. And this is going to make sense here in a moment when we actually get the other 2 steps that we come around, but you're going to want to write down. So think about this, like you have a problem. What experiences have you had with that problem? And I want you to actually go, and that's going to be the next step. Step number 3. All right. Step number 3 is passion, right? So you got the problem, you got experience, and I want to know like which one of these things are you most passionate about, right? What are you most passionate about? What sets you on fire? What is something that you feel like you can actually continue to go on for years and years and years? And the last one is which one of these problems do you actually have a solution for? So think about this. Dr. King, the problem that he was experiencing was injustice. It was inequality, like it was racism. This is the problem that he was experiencing. Did he have experience with it? Yep. Did he have passion about that? Yes, he was so passionate about it that he actually lost his life when he was championing this cause, right? Did he have a solution for it? Yes, he had a solution for it. It was a nonviolent approach to actually gaining civil rights. So with all of this being said, like when you actually have a problem that you have an experience with, that you're passionate about, that you actually have a solution for, then what you will do is you will find out that this is actually the lane that you were actually called to lead. When you connect your gift, when you connect it to a cause, then you will actually find out the lane that you're supposed to lead. So I'm excited for each and every single one of you to actually go and take your life, go and do great things with your life. Go out there and find the lane that you are supposed to be walking in. Like each and every single one of us has this gift, but it's connected to something much bigger than what we may be thinking about right now, right? Think bigger, think greater, use your gift to actually change the world. That's what Dr. King did. He connected his gift, he connected it with a cause, and we actually living out his legacy today. So I want you to go and do the same thing, connect your gift to a cause, and you will make an impact. You will change the world as well. Thank you so much. That's my time.